going on, everybody? Joseph Hadid here for Worldwide Sport Updates, your podcast, your news, your local community. Good morning, sports family. Thank you for joining us. Hello, everybody. It is Friday, January 6, 2023. Welcome to the brand new year of Worldwide Sport Updates podcast edition. Ladies and gentlemen, hopefully everybody had a great new year last week and made the most of it this week as we close out the first week of the work week and ready for this upcoming weekend as it is TGIF. So hopefully everybody's ready for that and finish off the day bright and strong, and look forward to this upcoming weekend nonetheless, where we have a lot of interesting juicy games to close out week 18 of the NFL, and we have something to talk about in the NFL, ladies and gentlemen, that you all probably have heard all this week through social media, through the media outlets, news reports and stuff on Damar Hamlin. And we also have some updates on him as well. But before we get to that, folks, again, let's just say this is Joseph Hadid here again, introducing myself here for Worldwide Sport Updates, your podcast, your sports, your news, your local community. We're here to give you all the latest updates that you need to know here on this podcast edition. It is Friday morning, again, ladies and gentlemen, January 6th, 2023. Thank you for tuning in wherever you're doing or wherever you may be listening to this podcast and tuning in to our YouTube channel. Alright, let's get right to it, ladies and gentlemen, with Major League Baseball news. Rafael Devers, ladies and gentlemen, has reportedly agreed to a great contract, 11 years, $331 million extension with the Red Sox. Rafael Devers has agreed to that 11-year contract extension worth $331 million, as we just said, with the boss of Red Sox. A person with knowledge of the agreement told the Associated Press on Wednesday. The person spoke on condition of anonymity because the team has not announced the deal. Locking up Devers, a two-time All-Star third baseman, was an important move for the Red Sox and their uneasy fans after All-Star shortstop Xander Bogaerts and slugger J.D. Martinez and pitcher Nathan Eovaldi departed in free agency. The team and the 26-year-old Devers reached the new deal a day after he agreed to a one-year, $17.5 million contract to avoid arbitration in his final year under team control. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, let's shift over to the NFL. Now, ladies and gentlemen, you all heard this past week that they canceled the Buffalo Bills-Bengals game that was aired on Monday night. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, the reason the game was canceled because Damar Hamlin went out where reports came in that he collapsed his lung and he went into cardiac arrest. Now, we have some good news, ladies and gentlemen. He is progressively recovering, and he has made a tremendous, miraculous improvements, ladies and gentlemen. And I think we just heard reports, based off some research today, that he has now come off breathing tubes, and now he's breathing on his own. What a sigh of relief, and what an amazing story for Damar Hamlin, folks, as he is now progressively recovering and getting better, and he's breathing on his own, which is the best news ever to hear, ladies and gentlemen. And also, one thing else I want to say, ladies and gentlemen, yesterday, reports came in, not yesterday, on Wednesday, folks, I'm sorry. Reports came in that when he started finally feeling his, let's say he was responding, is the word I'm looking for. Yes. When he started responding, folks, he was communicating through writing. But again, he was still under tubes. He was still in ICU. But he was feeling critically ill. Ladies and gentlemen, when the doctors came into the room, and he opened his eyes finally, and he was holding the family's hands with a tight grip. He started communicating and writing, and he said, "Who won the Buffalo Bills-Bengals game on Monday night?" And the doctors responded to him that, "You won, Damar Hamlin. You won the world." And that was truly, truly amazing, ladies and gentlemen, that he has definitely made a miraculous recovery. And this is the best news ever, ladies and gentlemen, as the whole community was praying and lighting up candles for Damar Hamlin's speedy recovery. And ladies and gentlemen, look at, he has definitely made signs of improvement. But let's get right to more information though. Again, today's Friday, ladies and gentlemen, so the NFL is going to be planning to vote to implement the two major modifications for the AFC playoffs. The NFL, ladies and gentlemen, canceled the Buffalo Bills-Bengals game that was previously postponed on Monday night, as we said. The league has also planned a vote Friday with two adjustments for the AFC playoffs on the table. While the NFL's cancellation decision will not impact which teams make the playoffs, it may impact seedings, which is why the league has come up with several potential rule changes to even out the competitive equities that not playing the game will create. Under the proposal that will be voted on by owners, the AFC Championship could potentially become a natural site game if any of the three following scenarios are met. Scenario number one: if Buffalo and Kansas City both win on Sunday, ladies and gentlemen, or both end up in a tie in Week 18 of the final regular season, then a Buffalo versus Kansas City championship game would be at a natural site. Scenario number two: if the Bills and Chiefs both lose in Week 18 and Baltimore wins or ties with the Bengals, then a Buffalo versus Kansas City championship game would be at a natural site. Scenario number three: if Buffalo and Kansas City both lose and Cincinnati beats Baltimore, then a Bills or Bengals versus Chiefs championship game would be at a natural site. Okay, that's the scenarios. So it's really confusing, but it's going to be very interesting to see what the board is going to really improve upon as they make a vote later on today, on Friday, January 6th, 2023. So this will be very, very interesting, ladies and gentlemen, as we close out Week 18 and prepare for the NFL playoffs and Super Bowl, nonetheless. So this is going to be very interesting, folks. It really is. All right, let's shift over back to some more Major League Baseball news, ladies and gentlemen. And there's a question out there looming, ladies and gentlemen. How might the New York Yankees address the hole in the left field position? Left field remains the most likely area of focus, where Oswaldo Cabrera and Aaron Hicks occupy the depth chart in pencil. The rest of the outfield is set. Judge expressed that he is not satisfied after breaking Roger Marius' American League single-season home run record last year, and Harrison Bader's playoff performance suggests that his mid-season trade could be a winner. They would have liked to retain Andrew Benintendi, ladies and gentlemen, but were unwilling to match a 5-year, $75 million offer from the White Sox. Following the deals for Judge and Rodon, the Yankees' payroll is approximately $288 million. The top luxury tax threshold is $293 million, which they may be aiming to stay under. All right. Maple Leafs NHL stars praise special Connor Bedard. Connor Bedard, ladies and gentlemen, tour de force performance at the 2023 World Juniors has made him the key talking point of the hockey world, and he's impressed some of the best players in the NHL. Bedard will go for the gold, ladies and gentlemen, actually, which he did go for the gold Thursday evening, as Canada, ladies and gentlemen, squared off against Kachaki. Prior to Thursday's final, ladies and gentlemen, Maple Leafs players joined others. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, Maple Leafs players joined others across the league in showing their respect for the prospective top pick in his, and ladies and gentlemen, in this summer's NHL draft. So, ladies and gentlemen, from what I recall, ladies and gentlemen, Canada won that game on Thursday evening against Kachaki. So congratulations to Canada, ladies and gentlemen. I think they won back-to-back. So probably for the first time, I think I recall. Let me just double check on that. I believe it is the first time it is for Canada. But I want to see if my sources are correct. But I'm pretty sure they are. Yes, so ladies and gentlemen, Team Canada, they won their first back-to-back gold medals since 2008-2009. So again, congratulations to Team Canada, nonetheless. All right, PK Subban. Yes, PK Subban. There's some news about PK Subban. Alright, PK Subban on Canadiens exit. I didn't want to play anywhere else. PK Subban's playing days may be over, but that hasn't kept the former NHL superstar from thinking of what could have been. In a recent appearance on the Pivot podcast, Subban spoke to hosts Channing Crowder, Fred Taylor, and Ryan Clark about his time with the Montreal Canadiens and the controversial trade that saw him shipped to the Nashville Predators in 2016. The 33-year-old admitted he wanted to spend his whole career in Montreal before the surprising move. Veteran defender Aaron Long roped in by MLS champion LAFC on a 2-year deal. Veteran central defender Aaron Long agreed to a 2-year contract with Major League Soccer champion Los Angeles FC on Friday. The 30-year-old Long spent the past 7 seasons with the New York Red Bulls, earning 2 All-Star selections. He was named the 2018 MLS Defender of the Year. Long is returning to his native Southern California with his move to LAFC, which won its first MLS Cup title last fall. Long is a native of the high desert northeast of Los Angeles, and he played 4 years at UC Riverside before Portland drafted him in the second round in 2014. Long also has appeared in 29 games for the U.S. national team, scoring 3 goals. He was on the U.S. roster for the World Cup in Qatar, but didn't play. Alright. BCCI floats tenders for Women's IPL, plans first edition in March. The Board of Control for Cricket in India, BCCI, has floated tenders inviting bids from reputed entities for teams in the Women's Indian Premier League, WIPL. The BCCI is looking to hold the first edition of WIPL in March this year. The Cricket Board said the tender, which will be made available on receipt of payment of a non-refundable fee of Rs 5 lakh will be available for purchase till January 21 of 2023. Last month, the BCCI released a tender for media rights to the WIPL seasons 2023 running all the way to 2027. Leading TV and digital media companies have bought the tender documents. The bid submission date for the ladies and gentlemen, excuse me. The bid submission date for the WIPL media rights is on January 12th. Now, also, ladies and gentlemen, there's a question there. Is it the Indian Premier League or the Money Premier League? The Indian Premier League, as we know, is a money-centric tournament with most players earning money in 2 months, which they didn't, ladies and gentlemen, which they don't even earn in a year. The year IPL 2023 seems to have taken the money game a step further, with a few players earning record amounts. The IPL 2023 mini auction saw 3 players being given the highest bid amount in IPL history, while Punjabi Kings bought Sam Curran for INR 18.5 CR, and Mumbai Indians bought Cameron Green for INR 17.5 CR, and CSK bought Ben Stokes for INR 16.25 CR. But what about the salary of other players in IPL 2023? Here's that glimpse and the image pictures below of the IPL 2023 top 10 most expensive players for each team. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, that is all for this week. I will see you on next Friday's recorded podcast. Till then, ladies and gentlemen, hit the like button, subscribe, share it out, and always tune in. Whatever sports you have missed, any sports updates you have missed, always tune into our YouTube channel. That is what we're here for, ladies and gentlemen, for all the sports updates, to give it to you throughout on a weekly basis at the end of the week, which is Friday, and if necessary, there will be a live podcast on Sunday to give you also up-to-date information that needs to be given out. Whenever juicy, gigantic, humongous news is brought to us that needs to be, given out for you guys to stay up to date and loop on the sports updates that are happening wherever you may be across the world or across the country, nonetheless. Till then, ladies and gentlemen, have a great weekend, and stay safe, stay blessed, enjoy the sports events, games that are happening, and we'll talk again soon. We'll see you soon, sports family. Take care. Bye-bye. And again, ladies and gentlemen, one more other thing before we go. This is Joey Hadid for Worldwide Sport Updates, your podcast, your sports, your news, your local community. Take care.